Hey everyone, it's Alicia here. I just thought I would do a quick share. First I wanted to say, so I have this marker spritzer, this Tim Holtz Distress Marker Spritzer, and it just came out with this CHA release, and I'm really enjoying it. And of course I use it with my distress markers, and I've used it with my Copics, which works really, really good. I don't have it, like, I only have the skin tone Copics. Like, I don't do a lot of coloring, and if I do, I use my Prismacolor pencils, colored pencils. But I did get these a really long time ago when they were at TJ Maxx, and I really didn't like them for me. I mean, and I'm not a very good colorer anyways as far as like the alcohol markers go, but they work really good, the spritzer. So I'm glad that I held on to them, because now I have like so many colors to use with my spritzer. So that's the first thing. I don't have a project to show you or anything. I just thought I would mention that for those of you that maybe have them that didn't like them for coloring. And if you do, that's great, but I didn't, and they've just been sitting, and this has kind of brought them back to life. So okay, on to my project shares. I just have two really quick. So I don't have like a super fancy like scrapbook room. I wish I did, like the beautiful like shabby ones and all of that. I don't even have a whole room. My scrapbook room is in my laundry room, which is pretty big. It's, for a laundry room, it's probably I would guess like 12 by 12. And so, you know, of course, like my washer and dryer and my utilities, like my water softener and stuff is in here, my sink. But there's a lot of room that, you know, a lot of other space. So I have my scrap stuff in here, and I literally, like, I'm not going to do a tour or anything, but this is my desk, and I literally got it at a garage sale for $1, and it's like an old, like, computer desk. It's nothing fancy at all, but it works for me. And so I'm sorry. You are the winner. Come on down. No, just kidding. Sorry, my dryer. I'm doing laundry. So, anyways, I don't have a lot of places to store stuff on my desk, and I have like all my ink pads that I use the most, like VersaFine and Versamark and my Memento Black and my Saisons and stuff like that. I had them just stacked sitting, and since they're all different brands, they were like toppling over all the time, and I had to, like, you know, it was just inconvenient to grab them. So I decided to grab some chipboard and make like a little stand just for those. And so this is what I made, and it is 11 inches tall, and it's 3.5 wide, and then it is 4 1/4 deep. So basically I just, you know, built this with chipboard. So I put the sides and the back together, and, you know, used all of these, and I started using hot glue, but it was not holding very well, so I just used glossy accents, and that is like it worked so good. So then I used this stack called K & Company Life's Journey. Well, it's by K & Company, but it's called Life's Journey, and it's an older stack, but it's really vintage, shabby-ish, really pretty. I put it away, otherwise I would show you guys, but I honestly, I don't even know where it's available. I think I got it at Joann's a really long time, maybe like a year, maybe a little bit over a year ago. It was right when I started crafting, and I started crafting just over a year ago. So I used that, and I before I laid the papers down, I painted everything with my vintage white folk art paint, all the edges and stuff. And I will say, even though I use glossy accents, I also use structure strips along these two sides, on each side, and then on the bottom, and they're just 1-inch strips of, I use the Recollections 110 pound paper. They're just 1-inch strips. You score them in the middle, and then, you know, you use them for extra support. So I did do that. And so once it was all put together and painted, I started layering papers down. So these are the papers I used. And then I distressed everything with walnut stain. So I just wanted something neutral. I mean, it's not like, you know, it doesn't have to be super fancy, but I wanted to pretty it up a bit. And then on each of the seams, I used some tissue tape by Tim Holtz. So I did that. And then I also did that up here where I laid some more of the papers, and I just wanted a little area up here. I didn't know for sure what I was going to use it for, but I actually just take like my distress inks that I use the most and I sit them on there. So my other distress inks are up on this shelf, and so it's a little hard for me to get up and reach them sometimes. And these are the ones, like, I'm sorry, these are the ones, like I said, I use all the time, so I'll just keep them here. And then I put tissue tape on each of the ledges here, and then I also painted with the vintage white, you know, like on the sides and stuff, and right here. It only goes like about, you know, half back because you can't see it. And so I did that, and there is like a bit of a ledge here, and I wanted that just so I could reach in with my fingers and grab them. And then up here I just cut a piece of paper to kind of have like a little higher part here, and I did a We Are Memory Keepers doily punch in the middle, and then just put some flat back pearls. And so that is that, and then this is the paper that I used up here. That's kind of the feeling of that paper stack. It's really, really cute. And this tissue tape was so easy to work with. Oh, and then I used just some crochet trim around this. So I just, for a little something, but like I said, I mean, I wanted it to look nice, and I wanted, you know, for it to be like kind of a pretty project, but, you know, in all hindsight, my craft room doesn't have a theme. It's just a laundry room, so something that was cute worked for me. So that is that. And that will just sit right up here. And then this is the second project I did. I'm going to try to set it up here. And let me see if I turn my outlight off again, if you can see it a little bit better. Oh, that lighting is kind of bad. Okay, sorry. Oop, that was horrible. Experiments. Let me take this stuff out maybe. Okay, so I was inspired by OMG It's Emily to do this, and I've been wanting to alter a mason jar for quite a while, and I have this like little mini ball mason jar. It's pretty short. It's cute. It's like a short fat one. I really liked it. So all I did was I'm so sorry for that. That's horrible. Okay, all I did was I took 3 different distress paints. I took antique linen, Victorian velvet, and what is it called? Bundled sage. And I started with the antique linen, and I just painted it all, you know. I actually poured it out of the bottle, though, because the sponge part wasn't working very well. And I took a foam brush and painted it on, and then I dried it with my heat gun, and then I did a second layer of the vintage, or antique linen, I'm sorry. And then I dried that off with my heat gun again, and then I took the Victorian velvet, and I concentrated a lot right here, and then, you know, just lighter everywhere else. And then I heat gunned, dried that with my heat gun, and then I took the bundled sage finally, and I did that. I put kind of a thick layer of that on, but I avoided this area because I really wanted the pink to show through where it says ball. And so you can kind of see the majority of the jar is the bundled sage, but you can see the pink and also the antique linen coming through. So I like that, and I know it's going to peel off a bit as it gets used, but I don't mind it. I won't mind that kind of vintagey look. And then I just tied some pink sea binding that I had in my stash around in a bow, and I put a little flower on there, if my camera will focus. I just put a little flower on there and put some stardust stickles on there, and that's it. And I'm just going to keep my scissors and stuff like that in there. I mean, you know, I guess you can say I'm trying to have pretty stuff in my craft room, but I just like to come in here and craft. I mean, I love the pretty craft rooms and stuff, but this is just fine for me. So, but you know, I figure the little things that I do create for my desk, you know, might as well make them kind of pretty and stuff. Why not? So that's where they sit, and that's how they look on my desk. And, you know, this is really a lot more functional for me. I mean, I had a place for my scissors. I was keeping them in these baskets, which worked fine for me, but this really is a lot more functional for me. So I'm really glad that I just took the time and did that, and looks nice, I think. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for all the rambling. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.